Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the 1st of April, which means it's time for a layout share. This is my first layout share of 2021, and I can't believe that we are 3 months in already. I don't know where that time has gone. I have a tub here of quite a few layouts, actually, considering I didn't think I'd made many this quarter, but I have made more than I realized. So we have a good amount of layouts to share with you today. So let me just empty this out. So I have 21 layouts in this pile. I probably won't be able to show them all to you because I did quite a few ahead for the month of April. So it depends when I am actually going to get this video uploaded. Yeah, I won't be able to show you the last few probably because they're design team layouts that I did kind of in advance. I also have at least 5 or 6 layouts that are for things that I can't show you yet, that I won't be able to show you till later in the year, but exciting things coming. Just a little teaser there. So this is less than I would normally do, but I have a bunch that I can't show you, and I've been doing other projects as well. So I have some pocket card pages over here as well. So I have two 12 by 12s, double-sided, I think. Yep, double-sided. And then I have a 6 by 12 double-sided as well, so quite a few pocket pages there. And then I also have some Memorydex cards. So I have 4 little Memorydex cards here. I am working on some others, but I have 4 completed that I will share with you. I'll try and get this video uploaded and out to you guys as quickly as possible, but if it is quite a bit later, please be patient with me. I'm in grad school now and things are getting really busy, so my video making may be somewhat sporadic for the rest of the year, but I am still going to be here, don't worry. Just be patient with me and forgive me if I don't post super regularly. Okay, so I'll share these little cards with you guys first. This one is not finished, actually. I will finish this off with some more bits and pieces, but this is a little camera cut file from Copa Cut Files, of course. These are all made using the Pink Paisley Again and Again collection. So I've got this little camera, and then the center part, the lens, is all little shakery bits. So I just want to add a few more little bits to that, nothing major. This one is finished, so this is some paper strips. They're distressed, and then I stitched through them with some straight stitch and then some zigzag stitch here, and then this circular portion with some sketchy pens and some Nuvo drops and some sequins. Very cute. And then this is one of my favorites. I'm really pleased with this. It's just a part of the cut apart sheet with some stitching and some more Nuvo drops, and then some little fussy cut moths with their wings popped up on foam. Super sweet. I love this collection. Then this one just has a tag with some twine attached, little paper clips, some more Nuvo drops in the navy this time, and then I have some stamping. So these are just some little tiny phrase stickers with navy stamping. Cute little one. So these are going to be 4 swaps. Okay, let's get these pocket pages done so I can show you exactly what, I'll get these out of the way. So this was made using the Merry & Bright collection with Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I have 2, 3, 4, 5 photos, 6 photos on this paper, on this page rather, and I've done a nice big title card here, and then a lot of these elements are fussy cut from the little pocket cards. This is another pocket card, and then I have some fussy cut florals here, a little bit of journaling there. Okay, and then the other side is, so this one was made to match a 12 by 12 layout, which it will be going in the album next to. So this is our Christmas Eve 2016. I did, again, a nice big title card here. This is us out for dinner, Christmas Eve. We always go out for Chinese food at one of our favorite Singaporean restaurants. We always get bubble tea. So that's my husband, that's me and my son having dinner, and then we went out for the lights afterwards. So well, I've actually journaled the 10th of December, so maybe this was a different day, but I just needed to get those photos into a pocket page, so which is fine. That is that one. That is all done. I'm really pleased with that. And then we have the Christmas parade. So I had scrapped 2 12 by 12 layouts for the parade, and this is going to go in between them, so it coordinates nicely. So my little guy, I've done some journaling on a label here. So this is a 4 by 6 card, but I put 2 3 by 4 photos on there to get more photos in. some photos from the parade, just a cute little decorative card with the tag and some stickers. And then this one, I really love this, the baubles and the little diamante strings and some florals at the bottom. And then more parade photos. I've just added some stickers and little die cuts. And then this is just a card that came in the collection. All I did was go through with my gel pen and add these kind of highlights on the lettering. And nice family photo just with a few bits. And I called that good. So I did just add a little staple up once I was finished. I put a staple in the top of this because I find the ones at the top of the page that slide in and out, they tend to fall out. So I just stapled that one in, and that's nice and secure now. Everything else is really secure. Pleased with that. And then we have a 12 by 12 for Christmas Day. I used actually quite a few bits from a kit that I have that's really quite old. It doesn't have a lot left in it, but I got quite a bit of it used up. So this nice big title card here came out of that. I've got a border strip here and a little bird sticker. My journaling on this card. My son eating Christmas morning pancakes, opening presents, and I've just put some fussy cut florals here and here just to add a bit of extra decoration. This is more pancakes and just a sticker in the middle. Under the tree, just back that on a card. And then December 25th, obviously, it was Christmas Day. And then over the other side, so the color scheme is a little bit different on here because the page it's going next to is a bit of a different color scheme, but I really love this card. I just really love the green with all the, it just says Merry Christmas over and over in lots of different fonts, and I love this big red star that looks 3D but isn't. And so that's like a nice big bright pop of color. And then so I put this little wood grain, the 4x6 card. It's quite subdued. I just really love these little berries. I love wood grain anyway. I'll pop some more of that border strip sticker. These little photos I've just put on some pattern paper. I love this postcard piece. I think that was from a cut apart sheet. So I popped that in and added my journaling there. And then just 3 big photos of my son. This is all about him, basically. At this time, he was our only child, and Christmas, yeah, it was very much just about him. So opening up his big wooden train set and then playing with it, and his Thomas the Tank Engine bike. So, and then just some more fussy cut florals here again, and a few stickers. Very minimal embellishment. I wanted to get lots of photos in these, so I'm glad I got those done. Okay, now let's move on to layouts, shall we? First one I did was a New Year's layout. This was a new release cut file for the new year, for the 1st of January. This was from the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files design team, and we did have some time over Christmas off just to relax. So this was the first layout I made using the new Year's cut files, and it was I can't remember the name, but all these are, there will be process videos up on my channel, so you can go have a look. I think it's called the Big Bang, actually, that might be it. So I just cut this on some blue cardstock and I backed it, as you can see as I'm moving the layout around how super shiny and sparkly it is. I backed it with holographic paper here, a silver holographic, and then a pink holographic, and then this down here is like a purpley pink holographic glitter. Just super, super cool. But it's super shiny and sparkly. It's amazing. And then I did around it all tons of splatters and then lots of teeny tiny Nuvo drops. So you get that kind of like splattery effect that you get with fireworks. And of course I documented some photos of some New Year's fireworks because, yeah, it's a New Year layout, obviously. I put on the back here, okay, so this is just totally off topic, but 2016 New Year's Eve, 2017 New Year. So I put a question up in the group, and I'd be really interested to hear you let me know in the comments. When you scrap New Year's photos, when it's photos of, say, like the midnight fireworks, do you scrap those in the previous year or on the first day of the new year if you're scrap chronologically? I do yearly albums, so would this go in my 2016 album right at the end or in my 2017 album right at the beginning? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Now, I'm actually going to put this in the 2016 album at the end because technically these weren't midnight fireworks. These were 9 p.m. fireworks for the kids because we had our son, obviously, this year, and it was only 9 o'clock, and then we went home and went to bed. So this definitely was still 2016, so I'm going to scrap it that way, but I'm curious as in future, as the kids get older and we do midnight events, the previous year or in the new year? I'm just really curious. It's kind of one of those personal dilemmas, and I'll probably make up my own mind, but I am curious to hear what you would do. So please leave me a comment telling me what you would do or what you do in that situation. Okay, moving on. This video is going to be 100 years long. This was for Paper Cut Files as well, I'm pretty sure. This is actually fairly recent. It was taken in 2020, yeah. So this is an award my son won at school, and he won a book as well along with it. So I really wanted to scrap this. I love this sketchy, I think it's called Messy Hearts or Messy Stars. Sketchy Stars or something like that. Anyway, you can find the cut file. If you have trouble finding any of these cut files, just leave me a comment and I will get the link for you. But I have some Simple Stories Little Dude left. I don't have a lot left, and I don't have a lot of papers left. So I basically chose this background because it was one of the few large pieces that I had left. I did the star 3 times. This one is actually recessed, so I cut the center out of the paper and then put a layer of foam between that piece on the back, so it's kind of pushed back, and then these ones are on the front and they're not part of the background, they're just stuck on, and I left the edges up so they were dimensional. I kind of fold them a little bit so they're more dimensional, and then I added all the stars pretty much left that I could find in the collection. There's some chipboard and some stickers, and then these glittery hearts are just die cut ones that I have in my stash, some gelling down the bottom, and also some chipboard from the Pink Fresh office hours because yeah, they're kind of like school appropriate. So there's that one. This is again Little Dude, so I was again just trying to get some of those pieces used up. This background paper is a really old one from my stash, not from the collection, because at that point I had run out of full background sheets. This was for Scrap the Boys. I think this might have been my last layout for them. I did unfortunately have to drop out of the Scrap the Boys design team this year because of grad school. That's the only reason. This was based on a sketch, and there were 2 photos and a large square piece, and then there were squares around the outside. So I went with circles because I had a pattern paper with a bunch of the circles left, so I just punched those out. I've actually inked edges, which I don't do very often, but I did that here. A bunch of journaling down here. Photos of my little guy, and I just used up a bunch of the ephemera and little stickers, puffies, and yeah, petting zoo. That was a fun day. This was for Paper Cut Files. God, I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I used 2 cut files. I used the sofa one and the bookshelf one. So my son, for some reason, decided one day when he got home from school, no, he was getting ready for school, and he was sitting up on the top, like on the back of the sofa, to put his socks on. And when I came up to ask him what he was doing, he gave me the silliest little grin and just thought he was very cheeky and funny. So I snapped a photo, and I thought this cut file was perfect for it. I backed both these cut files. I used the Pebbles, the Avenue collection. It's very homey, very appropriate for this kind of layout. So like it's the Stay Cozy title is perfect. I did some journaling here. And like, yeah, I knew when I had envisioned this layout that I was going to put a little dog on the sofa, and I was going to use like the little pot plants, and this is like a little bag of shopping. And I had it envisioned in my head that it was going to look really good, and usually they just don't turn out that well, but this one turned out exactly how I had envisioned, and I'm very, very happy about it. So these foam bits are from I think they're from Willow Lane, and then this little one as a cushion. Super sweet, really, really happy with it. Okay, so this is, again, Paper Cut Files. This tasseled rainbow is actually from the Creative Cuts 2 Rainbow Edition class. So if you go and take that class, it's available in the Etsy shop. You will get 6 lessons. You get a cut file included with each class. So obviously you will get the cut file, and then you get the class that goes along with the cut file. As long as that's cleared up. I obviously backed the cut file, and then I added a bunch of these pre-made tassels. The cut file's designed so that you can use homemade tassels or pre-made tassels, which is awesome. I've used just plain white cardstock in the background, but I did, as you can see, a bunch of mixed media. I think this is all Distress Oxides in the background. So I've got a navy blue, and then I've got some splatters of a purple, a pink, and a teal turquoise color. I have a little photo of my sweet little girl at Book Week. So I dressed her up as a unicorn, This was her favorite book at the time. I've used the Amy Tan Stay Sweet collection and some Simple Stories bits and pieces. I think this might be Pebbles O Summertime. Yeah, Pebbles O Summertime. And then the unicorns and like the rainbow bits here. And yeah, this part of the title, they are from Rosie Studio, Dream in Color. Super sweet. Unicorn rainbow layout. I love this one. I'm really happy with it. This was for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I think this was based on the mood board. Yeah, there was a mood board designed by Anna Blaze. So it was very pink. Well, I thought of this photo that I have of some jacaranda trees at a park we go to pretty regularly. And it's very purple, but I knew the sunset in the background was super pink. I also took inspiration from those falling blossoms in the mood board, so I just kind of did like a cascade of all these smaller bits and pieces out of the floral ephemera, and then some of the sequins here and some Nuvo Drops torn paper, and then I rolled up the edges and layered them on top of each other. I really like that effect. This was for the Great Southern Scrap Hop, which was organised by Essie Ruth. Amazing, super fun hop. She did a beautiful mood board that was very her, very much her style. I was super inspired by it. So I took quite a few of the elements from the mood board. She had, it just reminded me straight away of this paper. There was a part of the mood board that was just like this exact shade of green and this kind of watercolor brush stroke. So I went straight to this paper. And then there were also some vintagey florals. So I remembered that I had these. And yeah, I think there was like jute twine, which I took that. Added to these tiny little tags, and yeah, I just kind of did again like quite a vertical layout, but I just stacked my photos like that, and then I built up florals all the way around. There isn't really any like defined clusters. I just kind of put them where it felt right, and then I did some kind of phrase stickers top and bottom, and added in some bunch of little Nuvo Drops, and also these black puffy hearts, which I really like the pop of black. Love that one. Okay. Again, another book week. So this was for Paper Cut Files. I used Stacked Books, I think it's called. I have quite a few of the book themed cut files from that shop, so trying to remember which is which, but I think this is Stacked Books. So my son went as Pig the Pug. I am very proud of this costume. I bought the stuffed head. That was it. Everything else I made. So I sewed on the shower cap. I made the little curly tail. I sewed that all from scratch out of an old pillowcase. Here's a little t-shirt. It's got, you can't really see, but it's got like a white furry belly. I sewed that on. Quite handmade, and has a lot of love put into it. And he actually did win best costume for his grade, and he won a prize, so I was really happy with that. It doesn't help, it didn't hurt that he was very cute, very sweet, kept telling everyone to look at his tail and then sticking his bum out and wiggling his little tail. Very cute. Anyway, so I have backed the cut file. This is again using Pebbles the Avenue. Backed it all. I put a layer of foam in behind here, so you had that dimension, and then I kind of have this extra photo kind of falling out of the book as if it was like a bookmark left in there or something. I also used this doghouse cut file, so I shrunk it down, cut that on white instead of black, and then I popped the little dog inside, and I put Pig in the nameplate because this is Pig the Pug, if you are not aware about book series, but this is his favorite book that we have. It's Pig the Grub, and he wears a pink shower cap and gets really dirty. Love how this one turned out. Okay, moving on. This is going to be a long video, I can see it. This was for Cocoa Vanilla Studio, again using Daydream. So I took the Copa Cut Files rain umbrellas background, rain background, something like that's called. Back the whole thing. I stitched all the way around the edge, and then I fussy cut a bunch of the little raindrops out of the raindrop paper and stuck those in all the spaces in between. I'm just on plain blue cardstock, it's textured. And then I did 3 photos, which I love getting multiple photos on a layout if I can. A nice large title, and then just a bunch of little rainbows and suns and things like that, flare. Little love hearts, quite a few of those hearts actually. Really love that. I just love Daydream. I love the colors. I'm so happy. All right, so this is the first layout I made using the new Cocoa Vanilla Studio Sunkissed collection. I freaking love this. I absolutely love this. It turned out so much better than I expected. Like even when I was doing the stitching, I don't know, it wasn't looking exactly quite right, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a fail. but it's amazing. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I really, really love this layout. I'm so happy with it. So I took the rainbow pattern paper, I cut all the strips of the rainbow off, and then I hand stitched each one with a different colored thread and with a different stitch. So I have chain stitch, cross stitch, a diagonal stitch, a zigzag, a blanket stitch, and then a chevron stitch. So it took me quite a while. Actually, it didn't take quite as long as I thought it was going to. I just do my hand stitching in front of the television. But I went ahead and backed it on the wood grain that comes in the collection. I splattered it all over with gold and white as per usual. Nice big glittery title and a photo of my boys, lovely boys, in their cool shades. And then I just did some floral clusters, and most of these florals I cut in half and tucked underneath the layers of the rainbow so that I didn't cover up too much of the stitching. These small ones I popped up on foam and popped right on the front, and then I put a little wood button in each of the clusters. And then I also did some of the clear stickers, the little crosshatch effect, which I really like as well. This one I love as well. Oh my goodness. Why did I take so long to get the Never Grow Up collection? I don't know. It's by Chamel. It's been out for a long time, at least a year. I think it came out last year, maybe longer than that. Yeah, it's beautiful, and I didn't get it because I thought, oh, it's a little bit too stylized, cartoony, maybe like a little bit childish for me, but it's perfect. It's so beautiful, and it's been so good to scrap photos of the kids with. So I'm missing a layout. Oh, why is that on there? I did this one first. I definitely did that one first, but anyway, these are both done with Chamel Never Grow Up. I did them one after the other, I'm pretty sure. So this is the one I did first. Background paper from the collection. This was for Scrapbook cut files. I used I think it's a Sail Away maybe. So I cut that out, I backed it, I used all, like I said, Never Grow Up. I did a bunch of torn layers of vellum. You know, vellum can be hard to adhere when you don't have special adhesive, because you can see the adhesive. So what I've just done is I actually used a bunch of staples. If I lift up this fishy, you might be able to see, yeah, there's a staple underneath there, and then I've just covered them up strategically with these fish stickers. So I did a few layers because I was trying to kind of blur out this background, so lots of textury vellum down the bottom. These fish off the sticker sheet. I did not get the whole collection, so I don't have a whole heap to work with, so I had to be kind of strategic about what I used. But I made sure to use up all these fish stickers because I'm never going to use fish on anything else. We don't really go fishing or anything like that, so this was perfect. And the sails I popped up on foam. They're just cut on white, so they're just the internal part of the cut file that cut on plain white. I didn't want to do those in colour because I wanted them to look like sails, so I just popped them up on foam to give a shadow. I've used this kind of banner cut file as kind of like rigging. I really like that. I also love these little birds perched up on top of here. They crack me up, especially this one. He looks really derpy. It makes me laugh. Yeah, enamel dots down here for like bubbles. All the stars in the background make it quite busy, so I didn't want to go too heavy with the embellishing, and I'm really pleased with how this turned out. Okay, so this one now, again, same collection. Like I said, this is the treehouse cut file. I backed the whole thing, thinking I was being really clever with the papers I chose to back it, but when I went back and looked at Virginia's layout, she'd used almost exactly the same papers. She used the same wood to back the tree. She used the same paper to back the little plank. She used the same papers to back the leaves on the tree. I think the only thing that's different is I backed my treehouse in a different colour. And I used a different colour background. So it did end up turning out quite different in the end. But yeah, it was just so sad because I thought I was so clever. And yeah, it was definitely not an original idea, but there you go. I used 2 photos of my kids at a local playground. I did some floral clusters here. I added another one up there. I did a teeny one down here, and then I added some of these little ants marching because they were too cute to resist. This green is actually the branding strip of this paper, so I just cut the bottom centimetre or so off and then flipped it upside down so I could use this as grass, which was kind of a spur of the moment decision, but I'm really pleased with it. And yeah, big title from the collection. Lots of these little bugs, so I did a little ladybug, and then I have a few butterflies here. Enamel dots, no, Nuvo drops, just all the way around the outside. Just such a happy kids layout, isn't it? I'm really pleased with it anyway. Okay, this one's for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. This was a scrap lift challenge, so I was challenged to scrap fellow design team member Anita. She has a layout. It's pretty much a direct scrap lift. She used a bicycle cut file. She did floral clusters. She did one photo. I think her photo was landscape. So I used the new Sun Kiss collection, the cloud paper. Beautiful. cut file is from Copa Cut Files, of course. It's a balloon bicycle. So I backed that whole thing in the colours of his actual bike. And then I added some little florals to the basket, which are really sweet, little puffy, and some hearts. I think she had little tiny florals, so I added hearts instead, and then these puffy florals. But I think I used all the clear hearts pretty much off the clear stickers, and then some puffy hearts here. And I think the cut file she used had a banner on it. This one didn't, so I just took the little banner die cut from the Sunkiss collection, and it fit perfectly in the same place, which is really really happy accident. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Lovely memory documented. This one was for the Copa Cut Files birthday hop. So yeah, I used the hanging presents, so it's a bunch of gifts to document my daughter's 3rd birthday. This was last year, so this was right in the thick of COVID and everything kind of happening. We stayed home, we did presents, and we did ice cream, cake, and fun things like that. And like you can see, she's very happy. She was watching her shows at the time, eating her blueberries. Just a really happy girl. And I used I think it was a hip kit. Yeah, it was a hip kit. Really old one that I got from one of their sales. Yeah, so the background paper is a crepe paper one. It's very busy on its own, so I didn't have to do too much. Just did a few little bits of clusters, a nice large title here. And then the hanging presents, obviously, I did twine on top of where the bows are on the cut file. Some glitter and some strings of diamonds. And actually this one's come unstuck, which is rude. Just glue that diamond tee back down. There we go. So there is that one. And yep, move that off to the side, let that dry. All right, next we have the telephone game hop. This is my layout I made for my beautiful baby Violet. I used the Again and Again collection by Pink Paisley, one of my top favorite collections of all time, so beautiful. I scrap lifted Dorothy, who is Scrapbooking Quebec here on YouTube, and she sent me a beautiful layout, and I scrap lifted her, changed a few things, but mostly kept it pretty true to her original. So I did, hers was like that, so I literally just turned the layout and added some splatters and did a different color scheme. That's pretty much all I changed. So I copied her tags, I did floral clusters like she did, I did strips of pattern paper like she did, and I did a large title like she did, slightly different, but and a big block of journaling. And yeah, very sweet. Love this layout. Okay, this was for Copa Cut Files. This was the Build a Cut File series. So each one of the design team members got to choose a theme for a Build a Cut File, and I chose Build a Breakfast, and Virginia came through with an amazing cut file. So I have used every element of that cut file. So milk, toaster, toast, teapot, pancakes, boba, croissant, teacup, egg cup, jam, plate of bacon and eggs, and a mug. So I crammed everything on there. I cut it all on black so it would really pop on this blue background. I've documented, this was Mother's Day, so my son was cooking me pancakes with heavy supervision. To be fair, he did really well. He was flipping the pancakes on his own, he was pouring them on his own, he was sitting up here on the stool being very careful. Yeah, really lovely memory. He was so proud of himself for cooking mum breakfast. And I was really proud of how sensible he was as well. So I used the Pebbles, the Avenue collection, mainly because I knew there were a few bits that I really wanted to use, like this bag of bread rolls and the wooden spoon. Bag of bagels down here, and the color scheme of course is perfect, so I did 3 photos across the middle here, some torn layers, beautiful, love it. So this is the bunny basket cut file, all new April Easter releases, so of course I had to scrap an Easter photo. Super cute little bunnies. This one kills me, his little butt. Oh man, too cute. All these eggs down the bottom. This collection is the Rosie Studio Clover Lane. So I've used this really beautiful polka dot background. I've just backed the cut file as per normal. Some stickers and some enamel dots. I'm actually running low on ephemera. I didn't have a whole heck of ephemera to use that was appropriate. I have lots of wordy bits and pieces, so not a lot of florals. So I just kind of used these bits, these few bits that had some florals left, and this bow. And nice big title. This is my son holding his little wicker basket, doing his egg hunt. on Easter morning, so I thought that was perfect. I think that was from last year, so really good to get that scrapped. This is for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. This is a album title page for a holiday album that I'm working on. I'm using Sunkissed. Hopefully I'll get the whole album done with Sunkissed. If not, I'll have a few random random pages that aren't Sunkissed, but I'm hoping. Yeah, it's a holiday album, so I'm just doing A4. It's a bit of a smaller size, and we only went for a week, so I don't actually have that many photos. I try to enjoy myself more than just take photos all the time, so I have a good amount of photos, like enough to do an album with, but not so many that I'm going to end up with multiple albums. So I thought if I did an A4 album, I should be able to get the whole thing done with one collection. Fingers crossed. So I chose this rainbow stripe for the background. I wanted this title page to be really summery, like really obviously summery. So I did a large cut file. This is the Aloha cut file from Copa Cut Files. This one I just made myself in silhouette, and I backed them both with papers from the collection. I did some florals down here and then a little cluster up here with the little ones popped up on foam. Lots of splatters, white and gold, and then some gold glittery title stickers. And then I did just some small phrase stickers down here. It's kind of like abbreviated journaling. Gel pen sketchy border, really simple. Really love that one. I really hope you enjoyed joining me today. Please, as usual, let me know in the comments which was your favorite. And thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye guys.